I think we're live. Let's start the video. So we were at this part and I just read something like create a string variable and I we started reading docs about strings. Let's see whether we can replace our 1024 byte buffer, our kilobyte buffer with a string. Now WSL. Before I do that, I want to show something else as well. I did open the Go programming language specification and I went to look at types. I wanted to see whether or not there is a string keyword or not, because in the Go by example docs we don't find Go by example. Um, yeah, in the examples there isn't anything like string written in the code. Here it's inferring the type, so they don't need to write it. So I was the thing that I was wondering about was that whether there exists a string keyword or just you initialize it like a slice, or you declare it like a slice. So I went to the Go language spec, I went to the types, and then I went to string types, and then um, the pre-declared string type is string. It is a defined type. So you have a string type, and clear cd scratch add clear. Mm, and you have main.go. um, this is our buffer, and what I want to do is I want to replace this guy with string, and I want to, instead of this, I want to append to the buffer. Yes, I want to append to the buffer. Append. I think it was like this. Where's the slice example? uh Come on, man. Slices. Yep. So you have a slice of bytes, buff, comma space, a byte. What's the value of the byte? It is. Let's just first put something like that. Go build main.go, and invalid argument must be a slice, have buff variable of type string. Okay, and main.go, you have to the buffer I want to append, and okay, so at line 27 you have argument must be a slice, have a string. You can't you append to a string? Okay, strings are immutable, and so how do you append to a, let me try one last time. Maybe it's because we are putting a rune here. Maybe it's because of that. Let me put a byte here. Now it's a byte, and go build main dot 20. Line 27 is still getting an error, so you can't call append on go strings. Okay, and I should comment this out so that we can go back to our previous code with ease. Uh, byte and hmm, what else can we do? Can you do something like this? So if can I do something like this? So I think strings are pretty much useless. Um, hmm, let's try something else. Invalid constant type. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It shouldn't be constant. Var. Let's call it var and let's see what happens. Declare but not used. Cannot use this guy as byte value in declaration. Um, Slices. We can have a slice of strings and you can append to that. What's this guy, man? Okay. Yeah, you can use slices of strings. Okay. So, okay, slice of strings. Okay. Okay. We have this guy and we need a slice of strings. So I'll just keep this in how it's supposed to be, a 1024 byte buffer, and go run main.go. Okay, and I'll mess around with the file named vim.m.go, and I'm gonna do is I'm gonna convert this to a string var data string. You have a string, you have a slice of strings known as buffer, and you're gonna delete this. You're reading data using this guy. It should be able to implicitly cast to a slice of bytes, because string is essentially an immutable slice of bytes. Mm, I guess we need to specify the size. I don't know. Let's just keep it as it is. And no, we need to give some sort of size to it. How do you give a size to a string? Where's that? Uh, mm, no, where's like go user manual maybe? Yeah. And now we need to go to where's go by example? Why are we having so much noise? I don't know, man. Go by example. Go by example. And we have slices, right? And you have a string, slice of strings. Can I specify the size of a slice? You do that by, okay, so you're gonna make a string var data equals to make string comma 8. So you're going to make a string of length 8, and then you're going to make a slice of strings known as buff, and you take input using the data and you append the uh, yeah, the parts of the string that are separated by backslash. Okay, you file read data. Now file read data should work perfectly. If count equals 0, blah 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 blah. Should we print till buff bi? Um, Actually no. I should print all the all the strings in buff. So for I in where's our loops and loops. Okay. For I in range. Okay, so you have a range loop. range len buff. For each I, you're gonna go fmt.printf. This is gonna turn out badly because this percent %q thing also encloses the argument in inverted commas. How I'm trying to think about what this guy has done. That's the only thing I'm doing right now. I could just open there's a video that goes along with the course. I could open that, but let's just do things ourselves. String variable to hold the contents of the current line of the file. It needs to persist between reads. After reading 8 bytes, it split the data on new lines to create a slice of strings. Let's call these parts and blah 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 blah. And line is the current line we have aggregated so far plus the current part. Current line variable to an empty string. What the hell is going on? They just told me to make. Okay, so there is a current line variable which is a string, and uh, then you split on new lines. Maybe there's a, like a split. Okay, so there is a strings package in Go which provides things like split. Okay, so that's what he is thinking about. Okay, okay, okay. So you need a string here. You don't need a slice of strings, and you need a string to store that stuff. You file.read data, then you print buff, and then you break. Then you have buff equal buff plus data. This should work because both are strings. No, 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 no. I wonder what will we do here. Okay, so we'll find the index. We don't need to find the index. We're just gonna call strings dot split. Yep. Strings. Um. So parts. Okay, so parts is equals to strings. My string is data, and since strings are immutable, let me think. I don't know. So it does return new strings. That's a relief. Obviously, it will. Like it doesn't. No, it doesn't do the slice of slice kind of thing, which is like a shallow copy, if I remember correctly. Slicing of slices is a shallow copy, but splitting of strings is like a deep copy operation. Yeah. Where is slicing of slices being done here? Um, Strings can also be copied. Slices can also be copied. Yep. So you can copy shit and slice operator. So there is a slice operator as well, but slice, I think slice operator will mess things up. We'll have to test that. Let's just go. Let's just do that. Touch test.go, vim test.go, and import fmt we're gonna need for printing. What else are we gonna need? uh Func main, and we're gonna package main. um what are we going to need? Var s1, no, uh sl, yes, slice one s1. Can't you give an initial value to a slice? Let's see what happens. I think this is gonna give an error like you can't assign a string to a slice. No, it isn't. Uh, uh, Byte. S1 cannot use a string constant as byte value in variable declaration. Okay, told you. Um, mm, and S. Let's see whether a rune assignment at an offset works. High level languages are so much confusing. Um, so you can assign a rune to a slice, but can no, it's isn't. Yeah, it's a rune. Can I get a better rune here? Strings and runes. Let's try something else. Let's try a weird type of rune. Let's try this one. And uh, so during the assignment, it attempts to cast the rune to a byte. If it succeeds, then the assignment occurs. If it does not, we get a, do we get a compile time error? Yes, we get a compile time error. Okay. At compile time, it tries to cast the rune uh, to a byte, and if it succeeds, well good. If it doesn't, it gives an error at compile time. This is why I said like high level languages are so confusing. You have to really test their behavior a lot of times with a lot of test programs, whereas in C things are very fairly obvious. I haven't I don't have enough. Let's just leave it. I'm not going to say anything. ABC, okay. And now I want S2 to be a slice of that slice, and then I want to modify the previous slice, and I want to see whether the value of the next slice gets modified or not. uh, this is okay. So where is it? I We can also, yeah, slice supports a slice operator, so you can slice things like that. Let's just slice s2. I'm a slice of byte equals to s1. Yep, s1 1:2. So it succeeds till now. And now what we're going to do is s1 1 equals to x. Now we're going to print both of these guys again. And let's, okay, so now we're getting a, x, c and x. So slicing is a shallow copy operation which was expected kind of, but now we're gonna do like a deep copy. So I'm gonna copy uh copy, where are you? Yep. So you made an empty slice. Does it need to be of the same length? Let's see. Copy C to C, we're copying S. Okay, okay, okay. To S2, we're copying S1, a part of S1. Let's see whether it works. I think it didn't work. Let me tell you why it didn't work. We made us so okay, I got it. So when you're copying, essentially what is happening is xcalidraw.com, S2 was a slice of size 0. It was a slice of length 0, whereas S1 was a slice of length 3. Let's just talk about the slice of S1 that we were copying from. Let's just talk about that. Yep. So this is the slice of S1 that was the source of the copying. So you, for all the elements in this, so you basically they're making a for loop for um, it's something like this: int uh, size t len equals to min, and size of a, size of b, something like that. And all, let's just do it in a better way. Count, and then where for int I equals 0, I smaller than a dot count, no, len l n, and I plus plus, and we're just copying a of I equals b of I. And if you want to define int min, int a, int b, let's just call this y and x, and you just have a return x is less than y, x y, and you have a type def struct. You can uh, slice um, arr uh, size t capacity. You have something like that, and then you have like two slices. And I don't want to write everything. You get the idea. You get the idea. We then make two slices, and then we do this stuff for them. And yeah, and since the count of this guy is 0, then the the loop doesn't run, and therefore no copying takes place. And that is the reason why they were saying that you have to uh, make c equal to the length of s. That's why they were saying that. You can also show that by doing this make. Gotta do that on a separate line. I can. Yeah, it worked. It worked. And can yeah. What I'm basically doing here is I'm checking whether or not you can uh, replace the old slice with a new slice. Yeah, everything's working. No, not main.go. We're going to go to m.go. And we split the data on the basis of uh, where's the docs string package. Yeah, yeah. So you split it on the basis of a string. So we have, this is a string by default, this is a string literal, and we split it into parts. And then what do we do then? While we have parts, we keep printing, I guess. Let's just read what he has written. Create a string variable to hold the contents of the current line of the file. It needs to persist between reads. We have that. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So, okay. Why not the last part? That's my question. This has something to do with the cement, how split works. So if you have a backslash n at the end, here's what I think. Here's my guess. Let's validate that. So you have a string uh, const s equals to uh, we want to infer the type. I am Abdullah. Muhammad Abdullah. And I want to put a backslash n at the end, and then I want to ffd dot printf. Uh, should I do printf? No. For I range len s dot uh, strings and var parts equals to strings dot split, and we're gonna have s backslash n, and then this is gonna have type of parts is a slice of strings. Now we're gonna fmt dot for I len parts. I forgot this is in Python, and then I'm just gonna fmt dot print ln. I'm gonna print ln, and I won't be escaping backslash n. I want to see what is in each parts of I. Line colon space parts of I. I think I have written the code. Go run test.go. So unexpected colon equal expected equal 7, 8, and 9. Uh, why shouldn't I put like this guy? Because a constant maybe doesn't need to, we don't need to tell that we're declaring and initializing a constant. I don't know, man. Where are constants? I need to see a constants. Yeah, let's see constants. Constant string. Okay, so you write constants like this. The type can be inferred, or you can just tell the type. Okay, sorry. A numeric. Okay, so it's only for numeric. Numeric constant has no type till it's given one. Okay, but string is obvious. Okay, so we can write this, but it's kind of redundant. I won't be writing this, and we're gonna split on basis of backslash n, which is the new line character, and then the first thing I want to know is whether or not this backslash n gets included after the splits. The second thing I want to know is uh, if I have a backslash n at the end of my string, do I get an empty string in the final part? I think I should, because if the tutorial is correct. So I colon equal length of parts. Why is this not working? And parts is colon equal to strings dot split. Why was it giving an error at line 8? Why were we expecting equal to? Maybe I know. I don't know actually. Strings dot split. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Let us go to variables and just look at this colon equal syntax. Okay. Okay, so oh my god, I understand now. Because we're writing var, this should work now. Cannot use len parts as value, but we did use that before, I think in main.c or test.c or main.go or test.go or m.go. I don't know why we can't use this as. Oh my god, I understand. It's probably because the length of parts has to be inferred at runtime, and when we're using this guy, you should be sure that the no the type is inferred at compile, but the type of len can be inferred at compile time. It's probably something wrong with that. You can't like put this I colon equals something in a for loop without adding range. Let's try this. So yeah, it's something to do with the for loop because it's not for loop. Uh, yeah, when you're writing only a single thing in the for loop, a single statement, it has to be the condition. It has to be a condition. You can't write that's why he was saying that you can't use the result of an assignment as a value because the assignment probably doesn't return anything. Okay, that was interesting. And now you iron range len parts. Now everything should work. Oh, okay, a silly mistake. 3k and well, let's just go here. I am really bad at Vim. I'll probably like really learn Vim soon. Wow. Okay, I did something wrong. Uh, so parts of I cannot be interpreted as a queue. Let's just put an inverted comma here and go build test.go, go run test.go. Let's see what happens. So I am Abdullah. Why isn't it escaping? Okay, so basically we can't use string when we're doing this percent %q thing. How is then the instructor doing it? I think he was. I think he was. Yeah. Okay. So he was using percent %s. So s strings have something like a special conversion specifier or something. Percent %s, the uninterpreted bytes of the string or slice. That sounds good. A double quoted string safely escaped with Go syntax. I don't know why percent %q didn't work. String and slice of bytes are treated equivalently with these verbs. But when I get let me show you that the docs are wrong in this case. Uh, I have let's just say I have a var um, slice SL, a slice of byte, and it is equals to make slice of byte and let's say length 2, and SL1 is equals to let's say n, and SL0 equals to backslash inverted comma. So we have two rooms which will be implicitly converted to bytes without any issue because these are valid ASCII characters. And then I want fmd.print ln with %q comma space sl, and fmd.print ln with %s sl. Go build test dot go, and you have unknown escape at line 15. So you have, this doesn't work, unknown escape. Okay, you don't need an escape here because you have like single inverted comma, so you can write it like this as well. uh, Go dot slash test. Why is it suddenly working? It's printing out the bytes here. So for bytes it looks like this, the output looks like this, and for strings the output looks like this. But then how is it that let me think. Okay, so why isn't it, these things are not being interpreted properly by printf. uh, fmt, I am using fmt.print. Am I using print ln? Maybe that's the issue. Like print ln doesn't do this formatting stuff, it doesn't do the conversion stuff. Printf just only printf does that because of the f, like formatted strings. Only printf accepts formatted strings and the other guy doesn't. Let's try to run now. Go run test.go. So okay, so line is I am backslash backslash. Okay, now things are working, now things are working perfectly. And now I want to show you something. I want to put like a backslash n here, and I want to put a backslash n backslash n backslash n, and %q backslash n, and now everything is working and fine. Go build test.go, go run test.go, and now we have everything. Like, okay, so the split method does make an empty string if the last character of our string is a new line character, and that is why you can safely assume that uh, the last element of the split method, last element of the slice returned by the split method is not a full line. So you can ignore it and you can use it in the next iteration of reading. That is why he was saying like, where is it? Uh, that is why he was saying like, uh, um, except for the last one, print a line to the console with this format, where line is the current line we have aggregated so far plus the current part. For the first part, you're gonna use current line and part, and you're gonna join them, and then you're gonna print them. And for the next parts, you're gonna print them in isolation. And for the last part, you're not gonna print it. You're just gonna put it in the current line, and you'll use it in the next loop iteration. If it's an empty string, no problem. If it's a partially filled string, that means that we have read part of the next line. Let me get my charger set up real quick. With the amount of time I spent like figuring out Go syntax, it's weird, or I don't know. Okay, so um, I should probably sit on the table. Moving places. Hmm. Okay, all right. So where were we? Um, okay, let's just write the logic of the program in this way. First, let's remove t and test. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I want to move this test.c and test.go stuff elsewhere. Let's just leave it here. Uh, like 4j and let's start. So you split the string into parts, and then you print the first. Okay. So 4 to 0. Let's just delete this guy, and we don't need this guy as well, and maybe we don't need this guy as well. Yeah, smaller than len of. We can do like range len parts, and we can do here is first I want to test something else as well. I don't need to do that. I'm just going to use fmt.printf and everything will work out. Uh, okay, so we're gonna do it like this. Read colon space something, and then we're gonna have we read some things. What did we read? We read current line. Okay, so I'm gonna write, and then I'm gonna write maybe something like that, and current line and parts of I, and current line equals to nothing. And do I have a current line? I don't have it. Current line. And at the end of the loop, current line equals to parts minus 1. I hope it works. And we're not gonna go for the whole range. We're gonna go 1 minus the range. I think I have done it.